Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to my channel. Ready for today's video? Today's video, I am going to share with you awesome technique. So you probably already saw the last few video that I created this card, by using the multicolor impact. So I did receive few emails from you guys. Some of you guys say, hey, I don't have those multicolor impact and it's hard to find it. So what I'm going to do? So that's why I create today's video. I'm going to share with you how you can create those multicolor background without using those multicolor impact. Would you like to know how? That's started. So I have over 300 YouTube video ready to view. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to Local King's YouTube channel or visit Local King online video library. Any card you like to see, click the card. They will bring you to the YouTube channel. So today I am actually going to use this tree to sky background. This is 2021's new release. Make sure you check it out. So I have already created the project like this. This is the one I'm using the tree to sky background stamp and also the sky background, and also I have created a video how to extending your A2 size background to the bigger image. So make sure you check it out. And then today actually we are going to do something different. We are going to use a brayer, and then we are going to create the multicolor background without using those multicolor impact. So basically you can create any kind of color you want. It is pretty simple and easy. So if you have a Reinker, that's awesome. Is one way to do it. If you don't have a Reinker, you can use just a single color impact. That will do the job too. Okay, for this card project, I was using the regular cardstock and I was using the magical mushroom to do the blending. But today, I'm going to show you, we are going to use a brayer. I'm going to do something called the bouncing brayer to create something unique. So I'm going to use one of the impact to show you what's look like if you have the multicolor impact. And then I'm going to show you two different kind of options. If you don't have a multicolor impact, what else you can do. So I already pre-stamp few of the image on this glossy paper, and you can definitely use on the regular cardstock. And in my previous video I already show you, if you can't find the glossy paper that you can stamp, you can use if you cannot find the special glossy paper that work with regular dye-based impact, you can just stamp it on the regular cardstock and finish with a laminated sheet, and that will create that shiny finish too. So make sure you use the right paper. And if you're not sure what kind of paper is good for what, make sure you watch video number 182. The paper review will show you 10 different kind of paper that's good for rubber stamping. So make sure your StazOn is completely dry before we move to the next step. Okay, so the first, I am going to show you one project, how to do the bouncing brayer, and then we are going to use something else. So first of all, you got to have a brayer, and if you are thinking about to purchase a brayer, there's two kind of brayer on the market. One is a soft rubber and one is a hard rubber. The soft rubber is better for the stamping. The hard rubber is good for like a hard surface for printmaking. So you want to purchase one, make sure, try to find the one is like a little bit gummy brayer. They work well, they work much better on the paper. Okay, so you can see this one is called the Desert Heat, and there is a few beautiful orange color, right? And then you can use a circle punch to do a masking, but I'm going to just do a color. Okay, so I want you to create the thing, the middle part is a little bit lighter. I don't want to make it like a really dark color. So when I apply the color, I just make sure the lighter color is on my left side. So when you apply the color, you are going to make sure that you only ink your brayer one direction only. So that way you can kind of really blending the color well. If you ink your brayer like these, usually they will have some kind of like line. So that once when you apply on your paper, that line is going to disturb your finish. So just make sure you ink your brayer and then nicely ink. Okay. So, and then the other trick is that this impact, you can see they have a section, right? So when I apply the ink and then if I don't do anything, you can kind of see this section is really clear. So what I'm going to do is I want to blending those section. I don't want to show those in the individual line. So what you're gonna do is when you ink your brayer, okay, you probably ink your brayer like 10 times. Okay, once when your brayer is fully inked, you're going to gently move your brayer a little bit on the right and a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right and a little bit on the left. Okay, and then let's see again. See, you can see this one is the last section than the first one, right? So that's how they really blending together. Okay, so that's do our bouncing brayer. Okay, so the technique I'm going to showing you is called the bouncing brayer. You can do a lot of different kind of coloring if you like. And then I found out these bouncing brayer, they work well on the glossy cardstock. You can try on the regular cardstock, they will definitely work too. It's just show better on the glossy cardstock. Okay, and then we are going to start from the 2 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to just gently, I'm going to do a very slow motion to make sure you can see well. So I kind of want to have a one circle, invisible circle in the middle and probably around the 1.5 inches diameter. Okay, and then okay, so after I added in this video, I found out when I tapping, my microphone was so sensitive, it kind of pick up those kind of static voice. So actually adding in this voice after. So after you pick up the color, you're going to start at like a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and start to gently just tap, tap, tap. It's very important that you're holding your paper at one corner. You are turning your paper instead of turning your brayer. And then remember when you ink your brayer, is only one direction only is very important. And if you want to blend in this section, try to move your brayer a little bit on the right, a little bit on the left. So the first turning, we are going to just keep tapping, 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 okay, and turning your paper, okay. If you have like a circle table, you can turning yourself, just run around your table. That will do too, but we always like to make our life harder than usual. No, I'm just kidding. So just tapping, 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 okay? The first run, you can see they still have a little bit white stroke, right? I actually like those white stroke. And then we're going to re-ink our brayer again. Okay, one direction, make sure ink everywhere. Ink, and then the second time, and then remember, try to move a little bit right, left, that way they will blending those section. And then now you try to find those gap. You are going to tap again, and this time you are going to try to tap, and then you are going to drag a little bit. So tap and drag, so that way they can feed it out those white gap much easily. It's kind of when you drag that brayer, you kind of bring the color on the brayer to your paper. So tap and drag, tap and drag, tap and drag, tap and drag. If crafting is a burning sun exercise, I think I should be very skinny. This is take some energy. So tap and drag, tap and drag, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, drag, drag, drag. Too much sugar, huh? Tap and drag. So that's how you turning your paper. Look at that sky. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let me just show you one more with a different color, and then we're going to move the next step. I'm going to show you how to use the Reinker or the impact to create the same coloring effect. So same thing, you remember if you want your middle part is lighter, just make sure the color is on the left. So what do you have to do? Ink your brayer 10 times. Make sure your brayer is completely ink. And what do you have to do? Remember, move a little bit on the right and move a little bit on the left. So that way the section will blend in together. Okay, and then this time, holding one side of your paper, start from the 3 o'clock. Okay, so the next, before I show you how to do the reinker to make a multicolor, so you probably ask me, say, hey Lisa, I don't have a reinker, I only have an ink pad. So what you're going to do is you are going to choose the 3 color, light, medium, dark. Or you can, if you have the small one, those small ink pad don't really have a very, oh, I do. Okay, or if you have a small impact, they will do the job too. The small impact is easy. Okay, so what you can do is you can just ink. Okay, ink the blue one first, like this. Okay, you can see on my brayer there's a shadow, and then the second one. Okay, holding your impact and then do inking the second color, right? And then you can see there is a kind of blending, I mean the section, like this is the light blue, this is dark blue. I don't want that section. So kind of between this lighter color and the medium color, you kind of like same thing like I just showing you, moving your brayer on the right and the left, moving your brayer. So that way they will blending much better. Okay, and then we are going to do the third color. Okay, so here is my third color. First, when you ink the color, you ink one direction only. Okay, make sure, can you guys see? And then kind of move on the right, move on the left. You're moving your brayer, not your impact. Okay, and if anything is stick on top of your brayer, there's one here. You move it, otherwise when you apply, it's going to show. Okay, that's what this one look like. Okay. So remember in the center, I want the lighter color. Okay, so same thing with the large impact. If you have this large impact, what you're going to do is the same thing. You just try to ink always start with a lighter color and add a darker color. So that way you don't ruining your impact. Never ink your darker color and then blending with a lighter color, it will ruin your impact. So no matter what you do, always start with a lighter color and the darker color. Okay, so that's the second way how to color it. And see, you can't really tell. This is the one I did with this small impact, and this one is with a multicolor impact. Okay, so the next I'm going to actually share with you how we can use the reinker to do the same thing. If you do have those kind of multicolor Kaleidos color, I like them. I really like the color. So in the back of this impact, they have the color for your refill. So I have all my refill here because I use the impact all the time. So I always have my refill. You can use like a Marvy's refill. You can, I think you can use distract ink refill and any kind of dye-based impact, the refill or Stampin' Up refill, Close My Heart, any dye-based impact refill will do the job too. So how we are going to do that? And this time I'm actually going to mix these two colors to see how it look like. So that's start from the basic first. That's do a little bit practice first before we go for the like a multicolor impact. So what you're going to do is you are going to need a piece of plastic. So I just put this acetate on piece of white cardstock. Okay, so now you are going to use a brush to pick a little bit water. Okay, just use a paintbrush to pick a little bit water, and then you are going to just draw a line on that piece of acetate. Not too much water, we don't need a lot. It's hard to see, but you can tell there is some water over there, right? And then you are going to use Reinker. So this is the color called Master, just kind of like a yellow color. And also you're going to draw a line, probably like 1.5 inches long. And then here is the water, here is the Reinker. And then you're going to use your brayer. So just to try to apply the one direction. It's very, very important to apply the one direction. On the left is the water, on the right side is the Reinker. One direction, just keep moving until your water and your Reinker is mixing together. So that border line is kind of blending. So you just sometimes you can up down and from the bottom up, but remember always one direction only. And then this is the stamp image with the stays on. And then you are going to start at the 2 o'clock, start tapping. Always remember turning your paper, holding your brayer at one direction, one spot, and then you keep turning the paper. It's easier that way. If you try to like turning your brayer is too hard. So once in a while, you have to go back to re-ink your brayer and continue tapping. Tap, 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 and sometimes tap and drag, tap and drag. So this is how you can create the multicolor impact by just using the Reinker. Sometimes if you find out there's not enough water, you can use your paintbrush to add a little bit water. And when you ink your brayer, don't push too hard because we are kind of apply the color on the acetate. And the acetate is kind of slippery. So you push too hard, you kind of squeeze your ink away. So the second round, you do tap and drag, tap and drag. So you tap and you drag. So that's how they filled out the gap. It's pretty easy. So this is just done with the water and the one color master yellow color impact. Okay, so this time we are going to do two color and then I'm going to mix with orange and the blue, see what it look like. So same thing, we are going to just draw a line with quite a few of the water, and then we are going to do a little bit this mustard, okay, just a little bit, and then we are going to add a little bit orange, so like this. Okay, and then we are going to have my ink stamp image ready. Brayer, you got to clean your brayer, and then remember one direction only. One direction. Okay, you can drag up, down, bottom up to kind of blending those color. Okay, and then if the section is too like jump too fast, you can kind of move your brayer a little bit on the right, a little bit on the left. Okay, that's enough. And okay, same thing, and you are going to start at 2 o'clock and start tapping. It's pretty much you probably have a practice already, right? So this time I am using just the water, mustard color with a little bit orange carrot color. So try to do slowly, and the most important thing is you got to re-ink your brayer once in a while if you find out it's too dry, they don't have enough color. So the first run you kind of just tapping, and then once when the first run is done, you re-ink your impact. That looks pretty nice. And then the second time you tap and drag, tap and drag, tap and drag, tap and drag. Phew, that's my today's exercise. Tap and drag, tap and drag, tap and drag. Look at those beautiful yellow orange sunset. I think that's really pretty and so easy. Just holding on the corner and tap and drag. I'm going to stop right here. I actually like those white strips, so I don't want to really completely to cover them. So that's to do a little bit comparison. This is the one I did with a multicolor impact. You cannot really choose the color what you like. I found out it's a little bit too dark. This one I actually use with my Reinker. If you don't have a Reinker, you can use those small impact, like a 1 inch impact. You can do the yellow and you can do the orange. And then on your brayer, maybe just leave a little bit like around 1 inch, so you start yellow in the middle and you start your orange, so that way your center part is going to be more lighter color. If you start the yellow here and the orange here and the red there, is going to be too dark like this. So basically I actually like this one better than this. What do you think? So now I am actually going to mix with the orange and the blue. Let's see what's it look like. Okay, you know what? I actually still have a lot of Reinker on my acetate, so it's kind of wet till I wipe off. So I'm going to just add a little bit more color. So first we're going to just add a little bit water, okay? Just like do a little bit line, okay? And then we get a little bit more orange here. No, sorry, not orange, the mustard. And we're going to add a little bit blue here. You know what? We can even add a little bit purple here. Why not? Let me find the purple. I will be right back. Okay, and I have a little bit purple color here, just a little bit. And then here is something I want to try because I just worry maybe my orange is a little bit dry, right? So what I'm going to do is just mix with a little bit water, not too much. Okay, and then my brayer. Got to make sure you clean your brayer, okay? And let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to start, okay. Ooh. One direction is very, very important. I love the color. Let's see what it looks like. So same thing, we are going to look like a nature sunset looking. So let me clean my table. I will be right back. Voila! Guess which one is my favorite? See, I love this one. I think this one, the color is much nature than those multicolor impact. So you cannot really tell two of the card that I did with, actually, no, four of the card I did without using the multicolor impact. So those two are the one I use a multicolor impact, and then these two I actually use impact, and these two I use a Reinker. So one in Reinker, I don't remember which one is which one. So, well, you know what I mean if you're watching this video from the beginning. So this is the one I did Reinker 3 different color. Mustard, carrot, and the purple, and looks how pretty this color. I think I added a little bit light blue in the end. So you can do a little bit adjustment, and it's just a technique, and I think it's just awesome. If you don't have a multicolor impact, this is that they are the two different ways to create the same effect. I hope you give it a try. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. If you do like this video, make sure you give me a thumb up, leave me a comment, let me know. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to Local King's YouTube channel. I do give extra discount code to all YouTube viewers when the promotion is available. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.